Good afternoon. Thank you for watching. My name is Mark, and welcome to this latest Lamudi webinar series episode, Quality Beyond the Basics with DataLand Incorporated. DataLand is the real estate arm of DDT Group of Companies and entered the Philippine real estate scene in 2011 with the launch of two outstanding high-rise projects here in the metro, the Silk Residences and the Olive Place, a stunning leisure development, the Ivy Wall Hotel in Palawan, and now a diverse portfolio spanning residential, leisure, office and estate segments, including their recently launched 18-hectare township, the North Gateway Business Park in Tuguegarao City, Cagayan Province, and a new resort in Panglao, behold the Ivy Wall Resort, Panglao. What is unique about DataLand is their partner company, DDT Konstract Inc., a long-standing quadruple A construction company. DDT Konstract expertise is complemented and enhanced by its very own state-of-the-art precast facility, the Data Precast Systems Inc., which is the most advanced precast facility in the country with the latest precasting equipment from Finland. Data Precast Systems fabricates precast concrete walls for all the construction needs of DataLand Inc. Joining me today to talk us through the quality heritage of DDT Konstract, DataLand's partner company, and how DataLand delivers quality beyond the basics through its partner company and exclusive contractor, DDT Konstract. We have Mr. Joseph Garcia, Vice President for Legal and Business Development of DDT Konstract, and Mr. Rouen Abel V, Vice President for Sales and Marketing of DataLand. Welcome both, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Mark.
Great to have you here. Thank you. So first of all, let's take a kind of broad look at the relationship between DDT Konstract and DataLand. Perhaps starting with you, Rouen. When DataLand was first launched as a real estate developer, what was the mission and vision set out for DataLand?
Mark, the DataLand, when we launched it in October 2011, this is really the real estate arm of the DDT Group of Companies. And in terms of a mission, we really wanted to make sure that we provide the customer delight and value for money as we offer a full range of property developments that will range from, of course, residential projects, office tower projects, township, and even hotels. No? We aim to be the preferred brand among the top developers. And if you look at the values, we want to make sure that we espouse these values as we, of course, bring our projects to, of course, our customers. And this is about being guided by faith in God, deep sense of urgency, innovation, customer focus. Of course, we want to make sure that we are also taking care of the environment. We are something that we want to make sure that we have integrity as part of our values. And of course, the malasakit value. When we launched this actually in 2011, we were looking at three projects quickly. Number one, the first residential condo project, the Silk Residences in Santa Mesa, Manila, the Olive Place in Mandaluyong, and the Ivy Wall Hotel, Best Western Plus, the only 4-star hotel in Puerto Princesa in Palawan. And of course, you're seeing actually a number of other projects. And the most recent was, of course, the township that we launched in February 2020, the North Gateway Business Park. And we will probably discuss more of this. And but I'd like, of course, to bring in Joseph as he talks about the DDT Group of Companies. Joseph?
Well, thank you very much, Rouen. And once again, Mark, thank you for having us in this webinar. DDT Group of Companies is actually composed of DDT Konstract as the major quadruple contracting company, one of the very few quadruple company in the Philippines. Whiteport Incorporated, which is another construction company. The Taj Incorporated, or the Taj Aqua Farm Inc., a aquaculture farm that has been organized again by the DDT Group, and the Agriwaras Ventures Inc., which is involved in agriculture farming of high value crop, rice and palay. Of course, DataLand as our real estate arm. And, bring all together into one umbrella is the Andres P. Tamayo Senior Foundation, Inc. Let me bring you to each company a very brief of what we do and who we are. DDT Konstract has been there since 1998. For over 20 years, we're on our 23rd year now. We have been a major player in a lot of projects amongst the biggest developers in the country, namely the SM, the Ayala, the Robinsons, the Philinvest, the Mega World, and among other development companies in the country. We have been very successful in delivering projects to them. And in the year 2009, we formed another construction company, which is the Whiteport Incorporated. Whiteport is now a AAA company, a general contractor itself. What is unique about Whiteport is that we are a contractor that has a fit-out capability. So the WPI became a major player as well in projects that involve DDT Konstract and even on its own as a general contractor. We have been involved in major projects. A lot of them are what you see on the screen right now. 81 Newport, Citadines, 100 West, Marco Polo. These are project that has been performed by WPI as a general contractor. This is an aquaculture farm that has now become a leading producer of Banamai shrimp in the country. We have over 170 hectares of water area that produces Banamai shrimp. After which we have also ventured into the agriculture sector, and we have over 400 hectares of agricultural land, and we have been successful in introducing innovations and technology in our production in our agriculture business. As a corporate social responsibility, we have organized as well the Andres P. Tamayo Senior Foundation, Inc. This has become a major contributor in helping our less fortunate countrymen. We have been one of the, I would say, the ones that are there whenever relief operations are in need during the times of calamities.
Thank you, Joseph, for that detailed introduction to DDT Konstract, DDT Group of companies, and Rouen for the setting out the kind of mission and vision. Certainly seems that DataLand is built on solid foundations as a partner of DDT Group of companies. So I wonder, Rouen, could you tell us a bit more about how this relationship between the two companies directly benefits your real estate investors, home buyers, and the tenants of your projects?
Mark, more than 20 years of experience in building residential projects, high-rise towers. I think that's enough for us to understand all the experiences of the developers that we served during those years. No? And as a result, we said, why don't we set up our own real estate company, learn from, of course, the strengths that we saw during the construction, turnover, managing. And we also said, we also saw some weaknesses, right? Some things that we can improve on. And I think that's the reason why this partnership is very strong, because this partnership is actually built on the experience of actually building communities for other developers. And I think from that, we said that, what's critical is we go beyond the real estate contractor relationship. We're talking about, of course, fantastic, excellent workmanship. And this is the reason why you have a quadruple A contractor with DDT KI. And I think at this point, I'd like to, of course, ask also Joseph as he shares how this partnership can really benefit the shareholders. Joseph?
Well, having, two companies like DataLand Incorporated and DDT KI, DDT Konstract, doing projects together and performing all of these projects for buyers has a lot of benefit to customers, buyers, and even tenants. As Rouen may have mentioned, we have, I would say, we have gone beyond being just a contractor and a developer, but we're as one would face up into a quality delivery of projects for our buyers. I cannot help but mention that as a contractor, we would like to see, a good finish to every project. And as an owner of each project, we are more than we wanting to see. If we cannot make a project perfect, we would rather be there close to the perfect project delivery for DataLand.
Let me also put it this way, Mark. For example, as we turn over the projects, DDTKI and WPI did not stop upon turnover. In fact, and it will happen as we see some changes, some rectifications. They have been very, very open to actually helping us and our buyers in ensuring that the projects the units that we turn over will hopefully, provide them a forever home.
Thank you for that, Rouen, and I think we've got a really good insight into how DLI and DDTKI offers a full service from construction through to finish and that after sale delivery as well. I'm really interested now to dive really into the DataLand brand and your projects. So let's take a look more specifically at your projects, some of the key features and the services that we've been covering in this last section. So Rouen, could you tell us a bit more about the state-of-the-art precast facility, the data precast systems, and what this means for the quality of your buildings?
Mark, I will leave the explanation as far as the technical issue is concerned with Joseph. However, let me put it this way. If I were the buyer, number one, I'd be probably concerned with the walls of my unit, right? I'd be concerned also with the walls that separate my unit from my neighbor unit. And I think with a precast system, what we've seen is actually, one, it is stronger. And therefore, we're a tropical country. You have a rainy season and dry season. To a certain extent, that impacts also the structure. And sometimes you might see hairline, how do you call that, breaks on the wall. And when you have a precast system, because you're not using hollow blocks, you are actually setting up the whole wall. I think that provides really a value for money for our buyers. No? Joseph, please help me in explaining the technical side of what a precast wall can benefit our buyers.
DDT Konstract has invested heavily on the newest innovation in construction, building construction. As mentioned by Mark earlier, we have gotten a Finland technology in terms of the precast system. We have, as shown in the screen, we have a robotic system capable of producing concrete precast elements of various sizes for our different projects and different requirements. This involves not the use of the usual hollow blocks that we know in the market, but more of a what you can consider as bigger version of hollow blocks that would now give more strength to exterior and interior walls of a building. Even our slab, we are able to do our slab as precast. And what does that entail? It entails a stronger and more reliable construction technology, and even a faster turnaround or turnover that uses lesser manpower in delivering projects. So, and that goes with the moisture, the soundproof, and what you consider for your homes, for your houses in DataLand's project is that you have durability and strength that will go beyond the years while you're there. So that's where DDT and WPI and the partnership with DataLand would bring an extra mile for for clients and customers and buyers.
Let me add here, Mark. For example, if you look at this technology, this is not cheap technology. I mean, there's robotics here. We got the technology from Finland. However, if you look at it, all right, the walls in terms of a technology use can be expensive. However, because you're not using a lot of labor, that of course brings down the cost. And in terms of Joseph has mentioned, in terms of a timeline, you can actually do the work faster and allows us to provide a competitive pricing for our buyers.
Thank you, Joseph. Really good insights into the kind of construction of your precast walls, and Rouen for providing the the value add that we get as an investor and as a tenant, living in your buildings. While I was browsing your website, I came across something that I'd like to ask a few questions about now. I noticed that all DataLand projects all carry a quality seal beyond the basics. Is this specific to the construction elements of your projects, or does it cover all aspects of your deliverables?
It will cover, Mark, all aspects. No? When you are looking at a residential project or any project that we do, at the end of the day, this is not just about, of course, the project. Someone will use it. And when you look at someone using it, you want to make sure that from construction, design, deliverables, all right, turnover, and even customer service, we're covering that. And so when we say beyond the basics, that's really value for money for you, because we will deliver something to you that is over and beyond what the other developers are actually providing. So I think that's the reason why we call it the beyond the basics quality seal. Let me cite to you some of these examples. No? For example, our 2-tower project that has been already turned over to the residents, the Silk Residences in Santa Mesa, Manila. As you enter the lobby, it feels like actually you're in a hotel. No? Floor to ceiling is actually very, very high. That allows you to have more air and space within that lobby. And I think as we hear from guests and the residents, they feel something something special as they enter our lobby. That also applies to our recently turned over Olive Place residential project along Shaw Boulevard. This is actually an actual picture of the lobby. Again, a hotel-like grand lobby. When we were designing our units, the space, we said, a lot of the developers are now, trying to make it more affordable by actually providing smaller cuts. Our cuts for our residential condo projects are actually a little bit bigger, right? Some of the developers may actually give you an 18, 20 square meter cut for the residential condo project. We are, for the studio units, we're actually doing anywhere between about 24, 23, 24. All right. In fact, even have a studio deluxe that runs from 26 to about 27 square meters. So again, the bigger unit cuts, I think, is really important for the Filipino buyer, because I think that allows them to really use that space, even if it's small, have a bigger space for their home. The other one is, of course, what we talked about, the precast wall. I think this is very, very important as you are actually living in the density is a little bit high, and you want to make sure that, number one, your exterior walls are very strong, and even the interior walls that separate you and your neighbor will be actually be better in terms of soundproofing, right, noise and all. And I think that's the reason why we said that the precast walls is a value for money for our buyers. Look at the full-size windows. No? A lot of the windows that you see as far as the condo projects are concerned, they're small. I mean, this is a full-size window. So this is not, of course, like a floor-to-ceiling, but close to the ceiling. And what that provides the buyers is that, number one, a lot of light comes in, and you can actually save electricity on this. Second, because of the full-size windows, it gives you a sense of having a bigger unit. And I think that really matters for our buyers, and they really appreciate this one. For Olive Place, for example, we have an automatic door bottom. So as you close your door, there's a mechanism that more like seals your unit from dust and noise. No? And I think that's a fantastic, more like feature of our Olive Place units. We also have, of course, an auto door closer and a peephole. Again, all to make sure that this is beyond the basics and we offer the best value for our buyers. Look at the tiles, the elegant flooring, because we use homogeneous tiles for silk residences, Olive Place, and of course, eventually the MyCube Dormitel in Binyan, Laguna. So again, this offers you less maintenance, right? Not too many stains on the tiles, and again, easy to clean. Look at the granite countertop for the kitchen. This is granite material and therefore sturdier. And I think with this, we also are seeing stainless faucet. We have a grease trap. So all to make sure that the living experience for our buyers is top-notch. These are part of the deliverables. You're seeing extensive kitchen cabinets. So again, you just come in, bring your furnitures and appliances, and you're ready to go. Look at the bathroom. We have, of course, the rain shower. My wife loves the bidet. All right, this is, I think, an invention that allows better hygiene for everyone. So we have the bidet as a standard deliverable. Vanity mirror. You can save on, of course, the toilet bowl with having dual flush. Shower niche that will allow you to actually have your shower essentials, shampoo, soaps in there without using any other, buying any other carrying case. And then, of course, the towel bowl. So I think with that, that tells us really that this is beyond the basics. We want to make sure that it's a delightful, not just experience, but delightful deliverables for our buyers.
That's an extensive list of features that certainly go beyond the basics throughout your units: kitchen, bathroom, living room, floor to ceiling. So thank you for sharing that, Rouen. I did also notice something else that added, I think, to the quality seal from DataLand, and that was the 5Ds concept. So perhaps you could give us a bit more detail on what the 5Ds mean for DataLand and for your investors.
Other than the beyond the basics promise, we have the DataLand 5Ds. Number one, desirable destinations, delightful amenities. The deal is real, a dedicated property management, and delivering the quality promise. Let me start with, of course, desirable destinations. We want to make sure that we probably came in late in terms of a real estate or the developer company coming in late into this industry, but we want to make sure that our locations are strategic. The silk residences along Santa Mesa, Ramon Magsaysay Boulevard, is along the LRT route. It is a one jeep ride away going to the University Belt. In fact, a lot of our investors are actually renting this out for us dormitories. It is also a strategic location because it is near places of interest like the churches, supermarkets, and schools, of course, hospitals. And I think that's a fantastic deal for anyone who wants to be in the center of Metro Manila. The other one is, of course, Olive Place, along Shaw Boulevard. This is like, when you look at Mandaluyong, this is actually we call it the center of gravity of Metro Manila. Going to Quezon City, San Juan, Makati, BGC, Pasig, you're like 15 to 30 minutes away only. And I think, again, there's a study that really this is the center of gravity of Metro Manila. And we are offering, again, access to a lot of points of interest, schools, nearby hospitals, right? And this project is about, I think, 200 meters away from a supermarket or so, transport accessible. And I think that's the reason why we say these are really strategic locations. The Miren Enclaves is actually in Puerto Princesa. This is a landed condo project, more like a townhouse project. Only 184 units, very exclusive. And I think this is the most exclusive residential enclave in Puerto Princesa. We also have our new concept called the Dormitel. This is actually in Binyan, Laguna. MyCube is only about less than 100 meters away from the University of Perpetual Health. So this can be a dormital. Investors can come in for students of University of Perpetual Health. If you look at also a lot of the manufacturing warehouse facilities moving out of Manila, going to Laguna and Cavite, this I think is a fantastic weekday home for executives. Traveling from Manila to these locations can take a lot of time. So you can actually stay here Monday till Friday. Friday night you leave, then go back to your Metro Manila home. So it allows you to be able to use your time wisely by staying here in MyQ. So I think those are the things that tell us that these are really strategic locations. So delightful destinations. Now I'll talk about delightful amenities. Again, I mentioned to you about the hotel-like lobby, and look at the lobby for Silk Residences. We have a resort-like pool, and this is really an interesting project because it allows us to have a bridgeway that there's a playground, of course, for the kids, but the bridgeway provides a game room for the residents, especially the students, a gym, a study room, and even a meditation area. Even if you're in the center of Santa Mesa, you have a meditation area and a jogging path in the amenity floor. This is a sky lounge for Silk Residences. Of course, the topmost floor. You can actually see stay here for watching the sunset. Also, it provides a fantastic view of the metropolis. I'll talk about the deal is real. I mentioned to you already that when you have a partnership between a real estate developer and its own contractor, then you have really competitive pricing. And I think we really offer value for money. I suggest if you're really interested, visit our projects and you'll see the type of deliverables that we provide to our buyers. That allows, of course, to have a fantastic value for money as you purchase our projects, and for us to make sure that the project and the buyers, your investment continues to go up. We have a dedicated property management. So we have contracted a professional management company handling our Silk Residences, and we're now working on providing that also for the Olive Place.
There was one more comment here for delivering on the quality promise, the DDTKI's quadruple A standing. Joseph, perhaps you could give us some insight into that delivery.
Thank you, Mark. Well, for the last item of to deliver the quality promise as to complete the 5 Ds of DataLand, DDT Konstract as a partner contractor can only do the best, and I would say deliver a quality project in time and at the cost that has been contracted between the parties. I think we as a contractor with the proven record and the track record we've had, even outside of DataLand Incorporated, we are able to give our customer what I would say a project that is of highest quality and very, very little, I would say, well, if we can say close to perfection or impeccable in grade. That's what we promise to DataLand, and that's what we promise to DataLand's investors and customers.
Thank you, Joseph. So there we have it, the 5 Ds for DataLand. I want to just kind of look now at the transactional end of the conversation. Try to cater to anyone watching who is really looking to make that investment or to buy their home. But first of all, looking at your pre-selling projects and the dealing with the pandemic that we are currently, I'm curious to know, what measures have DataLand and DDT Konstract taken to ensure that construction is kept on track for those pre-selling projects?
Well, for DDT Konstract, well, as we are now facing the challenge of the COVID-19, we have been strict in our adherence to government directives. In fact, as construction resumes in 2020, we have been able to maintain and contain our construction workers, our staff, our engineers, our people on site, free from COVID, and we have been successful enough in continuing that as we speak. And with that, we continue to work on the projects, on DataLand's projects, and we are confident, and we can definitely deliver as we have promised, and as DataLand has promised to its customers. So the challenges are there, but we have been working around these challenges and mitigating the risk that is involved. And we can assure everyone, and we can assure our partner company DataLand that we're continuously delivering and doing what has been, given to us and assigned to us. Rouen?
Perfect, thank you. Rouen, yeah, I'm curious to know, as a potential buyer, online virtual tours and images are one thing. You can't beat the in-person viewing. So how have DataLand adapted to this new normal to enable your potential investors and home buyers a safe and secure buying process?
Mark, thank you. We've actually really looked at how we engage our potential buyers. And of course, the buyers that will get turnover units. For example, in December 2020, despite the pandemic, we were able to do the turnover ceremonies for the Olive Place. And we now actually have residents, right, staying at the Olive Place. And to make sure that these are actually safe and all, again, you use the face shield, you use the face mask. We have a dedicated elevator only for the residents as far as the Olive Place is concerned. Silk Residences, it's being managed by a professional management company and a professional property management company. And, I saw a lot of their rules, and again, very, very strict to make sure that the residents are safe and healthy, right? The other thing that we have also relooked at is how we engage with prospective buyers. No? Again, thanks to Lamudi, you guys have been very good partners with us as far as trying to ensure that we can reach the right target market digitally. And we've also equipped our sellers with a lot of digital tools, digital boosting support, so that we can actually make sure that we are able to engage with our prospective buyers, even with the pandemic. And I think with that, you probably will not see a lot of the booths in the groceries or supermarkets. But again, I think as we see some easing of rules, we will go back, while we will continue to make sure that we are stronger in the digital market, while we're also partnering with other suppliers as far as providing us a faster digital process, even in terms of buying. And I think if you look at our website, we are working on how we can provide all the materials to our prospective buyers so that they see a virtual walkthrough, pictures, drone shots of the map of their location. I think that allows the buyers to continue buying despite the pandemic.
Perfect, absolutely, and to embrace digital as a way of reaching potential investors is really the only way to go. For now, helping your sellers to sell with the kind of collaterals that they need as well is a great way of broadening that audience. I'm wondering though, how about the buyers themselves? How are you? What incentives, perhaps, and promotions are currently available from DataLand and your projects?
Mark, the buyers right now, there are two types of buyers. One is an end user, and one is probably an investor. An end user will say, I'll use your units. An investor might say, I'll buy the unit and probably rent it out. All right. And we have talked to our sellers and our buyers in terms of what they want. And number one, what's very critical, it's important for them, is really having lighter monthly amortization. They want to come in, especially the investors want to come in, but they don't want to spend a lot. So we said, all right, let's stretch the amortization period so that the monthly amortization becomes lighter. Second, we said for the end users, we have free parking if you actually buy a 2-bedroom from Silk Residences and the Olive Place. All right. And if you are actually interested with, you have the money that you have in the bank isn't giving you the right, returns, why don't you consider investing here? We have fantastic discounts on cash purchases. And I think that allows us, of course, to continue offering something relevant to our prospective buyers. No? And the way it works is, of course, we have our number here, 0917-629-1674. So send us a message, and we'll make sure that a competent seller will help you as you go through the process of buying your units.
Fantastic stuff. Thank you, Rouen. That actually brings us to the end of today's webinar episode, Beyond the Basics, in partnership with DataLand. Thank you, Sir Joseph and Sir Rouen, for joining us and giving us some great insights.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you very much, Mark.
Thank you both. Some insights into how DataLand go beyond the basics. We've heard all about the partner company and exclusive contractor DDT Konstract. Thank you to our audience for tuning in. Please leave any questions or in the comments below. And if you'd like to view DataLand projects, you can do in the link from the caption, which will take you to lamudi.com.ph, where you can make an inquiry directly to DataLand there as well. Thank you, everyone. Keep safe and see you next time. Thanks again.
Thank you, Lamudi.
All right, Lamudi, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Finding a place you can call home is not just about living with the basics. With DataLand, it goes beyond and creates dwelling places that bring the world outside right at your doorstep, allowing you to access its many pleasures and conveniences with ease. DataLand believes that beyond a place to stay, home is space to be yourself, where time is your own, to be in your own zone, or to share with loved ones. That's why DataLand is ready to put its name on its own kind of residential offering. One that embraces life as it should be, cherished, balanced, guided by values, driven by purpose. DataLand aims to help you conquer the challenges of daily life. With comfortable residences that are built to last.
Good morning.
And that nurture your soul and your progress.
Ingat po.
And that's our marketing strategy. At the end of the day, it's all about building your brand.
I like it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good work.
Good job.
Introducing DataLand Residentials, living beyond the basics. With DataLand Residentials, you can count on our high five with every property. Locations that are central and convenient. Top-notch amenities that build communities and enrich life. High-quality materials and workmanship at great value for money. Dedicated property management, to ensure quality living while preserving your investment's value. And the DDT Konstract seal of durability, so you're sure your home is built to last.